Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome and welcome to the new year, our first recording for the new year. For those of you that are on Clubhouse, I'm Dr. Shelley Nash, and I am the founder of the Facebook group Living Powerfully with Dr. Shelley. A little bit about my background is that I am a mindset coach. Basically, I help midlife, people going through midlife have the success that they desire. I help smart, independent women who have been through adversity scale and build their life and really claim the success that they deserve. So formerly, I was a holistic chiropractor for over 25 years. I was in healing work, doing a lot of work with body, mind, and emotion. And have been a coach and consultant for the last 4 years, working mostly on mindset, self-image, beliefs, behaviors, getting the results that we want in our life. So if you're here in the Facebook group, Living Powerfully with Dr. Shelley, please let me know when you come on, say hi. And if you are on Clubhouse, I will see you when you come on. This is my first time doing Clubhouse and doing it simultaneously with the Facebook group live that we do every Saturday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Today, of course, being January 2nd, I thought I would talk about what does it mean to live powerfully into 2021. Since that's the name of our group, that's the name of what we focus on here, we should kind of build the foundation from the very beginning. So I had a lot of great comments in the group about what it means to you, but I would like you to think about what does living powerfully mean to you? And so really it encompasses all areas of your life and really creating that balance in all areas of your life, but then going to your next level, becoming unstoppable. So I just took a few notes when I was thinking about talking to you about this. So there's 4 steps and then a few extra added notes that I have for you today. So first off is to really discover what you love and do that. And I know you've heard that do what you love and the money will come. And it sounds so simple and it sounds so easy, but it is really the truth. And the hardest part is really figuring out what is it that you love? What is it you're passionate about? What is it you're meant to do, you're supposed to do with your life? And that's actually one of the first questions that I ask you on a consulting call or that we go through in my coaching and with clients is, what do you want? What do you want for your life? And the clue is, what do you love? So discover what it is that you love. You know what the things that you love, but what of that is like your gift and talent that you have to offer the world. And then begin doing that at whatever level you can right now. Even if you have another full-time job, even if you have a couple other sources of income, you have to do what you love, because if you're not doing what you love, you're not going to be fulfilled from the inside out. So when you come on, please let me know who's here. Say hi, sign into the group. Love to know who's here and how you are doing with your new year, second day of the new year. So that's the first one. Discover what you love and do that. Then the second one is super important, super important. And, you know, I only can tell you this stuff because I've done it, I've lived through it, and that's how I know it. And I know the second one intimately, and I pretty much still deal with it. And it's, don't worry about what other people think. And also don't compare yourself to other people, but don't worry about what other people think of you, especially your family, your friends, because that's often what holds us back, because we want to fit in with who we were. And in order to become who you want to become, you have to let go of what other people think of you. And you have to only focus on what it is that is your purpose, what you're meant to do. Focus on that. And if they love you, they will love you anyway. If they don't, then they weren't worth having in your life anyway. So But the real work comes with inside of us, is to stop worrying about what other people think. Stop comparing yourself to others, because when you compare yourself to others, you're automatically putting yourself down. Okay, and then the third thing is to make decisions quickly. Now, this is something I learned through my mentor, Bob Proctor, who learned it from Napoleon Hill in his book, Think and Grow Rich. He's found that 500 of the wealthiest people back in the early 1900s would make decisions quickly, and they would change their mind rarely, if at all. And, if you are a procrastinator, if you don't make decisions quickly, you're just holding the universe at bay. It's not going to give you what you want until you make that decision and go for it. And making decisions quickly really is a couple things involved with that, is that it has to do with knowing who you are, knowing what your passion and purpose is, knowing where you're going, so that when a decision comes upon you, you know instantly if it's aligned with where you're going, what you're doing, who you are, where you want to be. And so you can just automatically get a yes or a no. And when you say, I have to think about it, or I have to wait, you're just putting everything on hold. And when you start realizing that, you won't procrastinate anymore. You'll either say yes or no in the very moment, because it's either a yes or no. If you're saying wait, it's a no for now. If you're saying I've got to think about it, it's a no for now. And to have that recognition that you're saying no by saying I'm going to think about it, I'm going to wait, it's not the right timing. So if you, in your heart of hearts, know intuitively that what is placed before you is right, then you need to go for it, because that opportunity may not come about again. It's come to you now, and when it comes to you later, it'll be different, and you'll be different. So make decisions quickly. Stop the procrastination. And then the fourth one is to take action based on where you're going, not where you are right now. So I did a post earlier in the Facebook group about the fact that what is your current reality will not affect your future unless you unless you keep focusing on it. So your current reality, what is currently happening in your life, your current bank balance, whatever is happening right now is based on your previous thinking. Your current results are based on previous thinking, previous habits, previous self-image. So if you keep focusing on what you have right now, you will only get more of the same. So to have this living powerfully attitude is to take action based on where you're going, what you want. So to make decisions based on your future self. What would your future self do, say? How would they be? So if you think of yourself a year from now and the success that you want to have, probably your goals that you set for yourself, you want to take daily action based on where you are 1 year from now, what you're going and moving into. And if you keep staying with the thoughts of what is your current reality, what is, you're going to jump into the future either way. You're going to jump into the new year either way. You're either going to jump in doing the same thing over and over again because you're focused on the current results, or you're going to jump into the future in a new place because you're focused on where you're going. So those are my top 4 things. And now I'm going to extrapolate on them a little further even, but in living powerfully in 2021. So discover what you love and do that. Don't worry about what other people think. Make decisions quickly and take action based on where you are going. All right. So in this, you need to have this discover and align with your passion, your purpose, the direction your life is meant to be going, and get on track, get on the journey, get on the train track with where you're meant to be. So that's a lot of self-reflection into what is my deepest passion, my deepest desire, what am I meant to do, and go in that direction. So you have to align all parts of yourself with your passion and purpose. You have to align your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, and your actions with your passion and purpose and direction in life. And that has to happen actually on a daily basis. And then you need to learn to control your mind and emotions, and thus your actions will be in alignment. So part of that aligning yourself inside and out is controlling your mind and emotions. Your mind being your thinking. What are you thinking about every day, all day long? And most of the time we have a lot of unconscious thinking that's holding us back. And that's what we need to shift. That's what we need to change. So whatever you're emotionalized, you're creating more of in your life. So if you're having a lot of negative feelings, negative emotions, then you're just attracting more of that back into your life. So you really need to learn how to control your thinking process, one thought at a time, little by little. And that's going to help you create a higher level of emotions. And that higher level of emotions is going to create a higher level of vibration in you. And you will go out in the world and take actions based on that higher level of vibration will get you more of what you want. So the simple thing to think about with that is always focus on the good in everything. Yesterday, I was writing a list of 50 things that I'm grateful for about 2020. You know, what was the good that happened in 2020? So when you focus on the good, when you're grateful for the good, more good is going to be attracted to you. So that's another thing that happens when you get in the right vibration. That helps you get in the vibration of good and more good coming back into you. And another thing that I teach people is not to let the outside circumstances control the course of your life. So letting outside circumstances control the course of your life, this was so prevalent this last year in 2020 with everything that was happening in the world, even more than COVID, everything that happened from weather-related things to social justice to all kinds of things that happened in the outside world. It was very, very prevalent, very overwhelming, very easy to get caught in the trap of the fear cycle of the news, of everything. And when we let the outside control us, we're basically, living out that pattern, that everyone else is living out. And so you need to learn how to block the outside from controlling your thoughts, your feelings. And when you do that, then of course, because of what I talked about previously, when you block what's coming on at you from the outside and you only take in what's for your highest and good, for what your purpose is, and you block the rest, doesn't mean you can't have empathy for what's going on in the world, but you don't get emotionally involved with it. Because as soon as you get emotionally involved with something, it's going to affect you vibrationally, and with the law of attraction, and what you put out comes back to you. So learning this process is really takes a little time. You have to learn to actually, think of just cutting yourself off from, watch the news, but don't get emotionally involved. Be aware of things, but don't get emotionally involved unless it's something that you want to create more of. So when you get pulled off track, then you will know exactly what to do to get back on track and do it immediately, not in weeks, not in months, not years later. And this I can speak from, because when I didn't know what I didn't know, I would often get caught in these vicious cycles of doing the same thing over and over again, being caught in living from the outside world in instead of from my inside out. And I would get caught in that, and I would stay in that for weeks, months, years even, and until I learned, and understood what's really going on, and I learned how to shift myself. So you really want to learn this word congruency. This is something I learned in my chiropractic career. I did some emotional healing work called NET, neuro-emotional technique, and we often talked about being congruent with what you want, what you're going for. Congruent on the inside, your beliefs, about yourself, your self-image, congruent with where you're going. And so not only congruent with where you want to go, but congruent with your true self, your real self, your inner self, your authentic self. So really having complete congruency inside and where you're going, aligning all areas of your life into your purpose, your career, and your contribution into the world. Really, what it does is it allows you to be a free channel for energy, a free channel for creation, a free channel for really helping the people that you're here to serve and help, and a channel to receive ideas and inspiration from source, your creator, God, however you define that. So another aspect to this is letting go of the past, letting go of limiting and false beliefs, letting go of self-criticism, self-sabotage. All of this holds you back. All of this holds you back. And we know it. And we, at this year especially, we try to change it. So we have this, what we call a knowing doing gap. We know we have these patterns and we try to do differently. But in this gap between knowing and doing lives our thoughts, lives our habits, our beliefs, our self-image. And so until you change that inner gap in between the knowing and doing, you will stop doing the new thing that you want to do because it just becomes too difficult to go on. So this is the main thing that I help people with in coaching, is really rewriting the script of you, rewriting yourself, rewriting your thoughts about yourself, rewriting your beliefs about yourself, rewriting the image you have about yourself so that you can get to where you want to go. Because immediately, as soon as you set these goals for yourself in the new year, your inner self wants to stay the same. It's like, no, don't go there. That's scary. I want to have this safe, comfortable, cushy life. That's your inner programming that's been programmed there for a long time. So we have to gradually rewrite the inner programming to get you to the place where you can get to where you want to go and you can stay where you want to go. And you're not going to go back and forth because you've really rewritten the script of you. And lastly, I talk about this a lot as well, to learn to face the challenges that you have in your life and let them be your jumping off point for the life you know deep down inside is possible for you. So challenges, adversities, difficulties, problems, they're all there for you to learn and to take responsibility for your part in it so that you can learn and grow. And I always say that the biggest challenges that I have had in my life are the biggest gifts. Eventually, as you get to the other side and can look back at it, you can realize that it's a gift. And the more you do it, the more easy it is to do this process when you're in the challenge, when you're in the adversity, and be able to start to see the good in it right away and know that it is for you to learn. It is part of your journey. It is part of, if you're a teacher like myself, or if you're a coach like myself, or in any type of your business with your family, it's for you to learn to be able to help others through it. It's the process of life. So to really not be so afraid of challenges and adversities, but really begin to learn from them. And as I've said throughout this time, that is a process. And that's why we call, what I do is it's an experiential, transformational journey that you're always on, that you're always growing on. So I thank you so much for being in the group Living Powerfully with Dr. Shelley. And I look forward to helping you this year to reach your goals, to achieve anything that you desire, to having your feedback, your input in this group. It's so great to have everybody interacting and all the people on the calls. We have a big schedule for you this year. We'll be having several more of the 5-day launch throughout the year. We'll be having the weekly live every week. and different topics for you to discover. So always make sure that you check the units tab, the events tab for what's happening. And of course, I'll be posting that in the group too. The more you interact in this group, the more friends you'll make, the more connected you'll feel, and the more fun we'll have. And so interact a lot, come back often. I really appreciate you all so much, and I'm looking forward to really helping you this year, 2021, as we let go of 2020 and really move into the new year in a whole new way. Anything is possible for you. Anything is possible. If you can see it, if you can imagine it, it is possible for you. And our job is to get out of the way most of the time and allow what we can see to happen. And there's another thing that I'll just mention because it's coming up as I'm talking. You know, we have something that's actually called imagined reality, and scientists, psychologists discovered that when you imagine something in your mind, when you hold something in your mind and you see a picture of it in your mind doesn't know the difference between that being real or that being imagined. And so the more you imagine what you want and hold it in your mind, that's how you get what you want in your life. You have to keep holding the imagination in your imagination, what you want. Your mind just says, oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. You can have that. I'll give you that. But if you stop imagining it, it will stop. So you have to keep consistent with that imagination. The imagined reality, your mind doesn't know it's not true. So it just keeps creating it over and over for you until you stop. So don't stop. Keep going on your visualization of what you want this year. And I'll be talking to you soon. I've loved having you here today. I'm looking forward to our next talk next Saturday. And have a great week. We'll be seeing you in the week in the group. And Happy New Year. Bye.